You know a woman named Gloria Shelby?
Sure, she's a client of mine.
What's the name of that place that she owns? What the hell's the name of that?
Her spa, Green Meadows.
Thank you. You ever been there?
When we've had some legal business to discuss, sure. Sometimes she's actually visited me at my office. Is that all right?
Monica Quartermain. Does that name ring a bell to you?
I hear she's a good surgeon.
Have you ever had any personal contact with Monica Quartermain?
Do you mean have I ever had any surgery?
That's not what I mean, no.
I don't know the lady.
Ned Ashton. You know him?
Wish I did. Very rich guy.
Has he ever put you on any type of retainer? Has he ever paid you any money?
I don't have any super rich clients. Maybe you can get me hooked up with a few.
Oh, I'd love to get you hooked up, Mr. Clayton. I just might if this ledger tells me what I think it's going to.
And what's that?
I told you before. I'll ask the questions.
Well, I'm out of answers. I don't know your ledger, I don't know what's in it, and I don't care. It doesn't concern me. Are you through?
Well, I'm going to be through pretty soon here because I think I'm going to have Gloria Shelby come in and answer a few unanswered questions.
You know where to reach me.
Sit down. Now, I can hold you up to 48 hours, but of course, being such an educated lawyer, I'm sure you're aware of that.
Excuse me, Frisco. Scott Baldwin says his clients are ready.
Good. Do me a favor, would you? Take our friend here to a nice, cold cell.
Wait a minute. What are you doing?
I told you we can hold you for 48 hours, and I've just decided to do that.
Like hell you have. What's the charge?
Breaking and entering, attempted kidnapping. Sound good to you?
You think you're going to make that stick?
You damn right I am. Get him out of here.
I don't know anything about a ledger.
Oh, Ned, I've checked it over and over, and your name is in here in bold print. Ned Ashton. You need to look at it again?
Maybe she made it up.
She's very specific in her ledger.
Look, my clients claim they made no cash payments to Wendy Masters. I mean, you've got some figures in the book. Are we talking about any cash? What are we talking about here, Frisco?
I think we're finished. Monica?
I'll decide when we're finished.
Ned, this is senseless.
I agree. Let's go.
No, all the entries are accurate. Everything that you read is true. Ned and I were making payments to Wendy.
Monica. Monica just made a statement without advice
I
from her
don't need
client.
advice to tell the truth. How long did you think we could avoid this?
Do you know what you're doing?
The right thing, hopefully.
Monica, go on.
Monica, listen, I advise you very
Wendy
strongly right now.
was
to just-
blackmailing us.
Why?
Look, you don't have to go into detail. You're not under arrest.
That's
No
what I'm
formal
trying to
charges.
avoid, Scott. Can't you see that? I want this whole thing done and over with. Wendy had some very damaging information on Ned and me.
Yes.
Ned and I had an affair. This was before Dawn ever came back into my life. And Wendy had a video of us.
That's it. That's it, Monica.
Yes, that's true. That is it. Yes.
I know this must be very tough for you.
Look, she didn't have to say any of this, all right? No formal charges have been made. I want you to remember that, Frisco.
Listen, if you want to take a moment to gather yourself...
No, I'm fine, thank you. Fine.
And nothing points to their involvement in Wendy Masters' murder. I want you to remember that, too.
Well, as long as we're all aware that blackmail is a strong motive for murder.
Frisco, I did not murder Wendy. Neither did Ned.
Oh, thank you, Monica. Thank you. Thank you for getting me off the hook
Look, I
here.
am
This is
sorry,
great.
Ned, but I could not keep the truth any longer.
Okay, well, look, before you jump the gun on this, Frisco, just since blackmail's the question here, Wendy was also being blackmailed. You might want to look into that.
I'll look into everything.
Well, can we go now?
I'll need a few more things from you.
You see?
You see?
All right, listen. I think you've kept them long enough. We're not dealing with common criminals here, Frisco.
I need to know where you were the night Wendy was murdered.
Well, we need to establish alibis here now, huh? Well, it's starting to look that way. This is getting kind of sticky here, Frisco. Unless you're ready to make charges.
I've got enough to put both of them away right now, and you know it. And I will. Unless you can tell me where and what you did the night she was killed.
started it. Might as well go ahead and tell him everything.
Well, it started the night before the wedding.
That's when she was murdered. Go ahead.
Well, Ned and I thought that the wedding would solve all of our problems. He and Dawn would be married, they'd be off on their honeymoon, and Decker would have all of the information. He'd bring it to you, and you would build the case against
Decker?
Wendy. Yes. He knew everything.
Decker knew about the affair.
Yes, and he also knew about my affair with Wendy. Blackmailing, the whole mess.
He was going to bring all of that stuff to you.
And then you were going to help put her away, and it was going to be legal, clean, and quiet, and Don would never have known about it.
So it turns out you didn't even need me involved. Somebody took care of it for you, huh?
That's not what we wanted.
No, it wasn't.
Never mind. Go on with your story.
Well, I was at Dawn's shower,
I went to my bachelor party, of course.
and Wendy tried to sabotage both.
Yeah, she jumped out of the cake like she was some kind of a hooker or something.
What did you do?
I had her thrown out.
Ned called me to tell me what had happened. And he had been drinking. Well, I mean, who wouldn't after everything that Wendy had done?
Well, I should say so. Wendy was one stiff cookie.
He flew into a rage. I was worried. I'm just saying how upset you were, how upset we both were.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she's saying. That's all she means is he was
Fine.
upset.
Go on.
Well, we wanted to finalize everything with Wendy. It was coming right down to the wire. We had to get as much evidence on her as we could. I mean, you remember that, don't you, Ned?
Yeah. We met and we went to Wendy's room.
Actually, I mean, nobody was there. We broke in. See, I knew that she wouldn't have destroyed the only videotape. There had to be others. So we searched everywhere. Every drawer. I think I remember there was a suitcase. We went through that. I thought it might be there if she was going to leave. Ned went into the closets. He searched everything. Oh, after we went through the bed, mattress, everything. It was on the nightstand. There was the ledger. It's right there. I got Ned. And we went through it. Of course, there was the account, all of the monies that we had paid Wendy.
There was more. It also revealed the money that Wendy had been paying to Gloria and Clayton. It cinched the theory that they were involved with her.
She had told Ned that she was being blackmailed.
So, we got the information. Our plan was to get it to Decker first thing in the morning.
And we left the room.
What time was that?
Oh, I guess about 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Well, I went back to the hotel.
Anybody see you?
Well, the clerk at the desk.
You went up to your room.
Oh, yes, I collapsed. I didn't wake up until morning.
What did you do?
I went for a walk.
Alone?
Yes.
Did you walk down to the carousel?
No.
Where did you walk?
Around, I don't know.
Around. That means you could have walked around the docks down to the carousel, doesn't it?
Frisco, he just answered the question.
Well, he can answer it again. Where'd you walk?
Around. I didn't go to the carousel, I'm sure of that.
How did you get home?
I took a cab.
What kind of cab?
A yellow one.
2, 3 in the morning. It's easy to check out.
All right, look, I think that they answered all the questions you need. Can they go?
I'll let you go. But I'm putting them under your custody, Baldwin.
I don't care. I just want to get out of here.
I don't want anybody to leave Port Charles.
What's that supposed to mean? Are we suspects?
That's exactly what it means.
Tell me something, Frisco. Do I expect to see my face and Monica's face on the front page of the news tomorrow? Can we expect that?
I won't let any of this out to the press. Monica, you have my word. Colton, I don't know I
Look,
can
just
say to
tell
you.
me how this looks for Decker now. Better? Worse?
It looks exactly the same. I can't do anything until the guy turns himself in. My hands are
I'm
tied.
just asking you how you feel personally. What do you think?
I'm still trying to piece all of this together.
Nothing. Look, we know that the ledger wasn't the only thing that was found in Wendy's room. There was the newspapers from Midville, right? What if somebody gets a hold of that? They read the article. They get a great idea. They reenact the murder. This time, Wendy is the victim. They use the same M.O., pointing the finger at Decker.
It sounds like an interesting theory, but I don't know.
It's a damn good theory. Come on. Wait. Look, I got 2 prime suspects for you.
Who is that?
Ned and Monica weren't the only 2 names in that ledger. Gloria and Clayton. I wouldn't put anything past that shyster.
Well, I wouldn't either, but I don't know how Gloria Shelby fits into this whole picture right now. It's a matter of...
I do.
This is a private conversation, Mr.
Well,
Casey.
you ought to keep your door closed.
What do you want?
Here's a little package of goodies for you. Compliments of Gloria Shelby. Come on, you gonna thank me for that? Hope you people down at Body Heat are a little more discreet about your clientele. Green Meadows is some swinging health spa.
Tapes.
Tapes. Hours and hours of viewing pleasure. With some old familiar, faces.
Have you looked at this stuff?
Yeah, I peeked. From what I saw, you can get yourself a conviction out of this. Murder one. Good luck.
Hey, Frisco, bring Gloria Shelby up here, will you? I want to question her. Make sure she has her lawyer with her. Why? Well, that's up to her. If she wants to waive her right to have a lawyer present, make sure you get it in writing. And make sure you have a witness there.
Frisco, I got a woman out here who wants to see you. Says she wants to confess.
For what?
I've committed a very serious offense.
I'll handle this. I see. And what kind of offense have you committed, young lady?
Loving you madly.
Mm-hmm. It's understandable. Still very serious. But I do have a confession to make before we go any further with this.
What?
I love my wife, and she's pregnant.
No.
Yeah. Do you understand the penalty for this type of thing here? You know what that is? Life together forever.
No chance of reprieve?
Not a chance.
Well, then lock me up and throw away the key.
And breathe.
Any word from Robert?
Not so far, no.
Are you worried about it?
Well, not if he calls in pretty soon, I won't be. The answer to your next question is no.
How do you know what I was going to ask?
Because every time we talk now, you ask about Decker. What do I know about Decker? What's happening with Decker?
Well, he's a good friend of mine.
And he could also get us in a lot of trouble.
He didn't kill Wendy.
Here we go again with this. Then why did he leave?
I don't know. He had his reasons.
What?
I don't know. You're the cop.
You're the cop. You're not going to be cute and trick me into a silly little argument and find out information from me because I'm very dedicated and I never tell secrets that are police secrets.
Seriously. Any news?
Not yet, no.
Sir.
Yeah,
Clayton's
yes.
here.
I'm sorry?
Clayton's here.
Clayton. Yes, okay. Well, send him in. I've got to, get to work, okay?
And
Sweetie?
don't forget you have to work at the club tonight.
I know. You going to be there?
Of course, I'll be in the front row.
Oh, driving me to distraction with your beauty. Please don't try to sing. And your beauty and your Honey. Honey. Mr. Clayton?
It's about time you let me go.
Bye, babe. Let you go? Who said anything about letting you go?
Listen, you can't hold those trumped-up charges on me for any more than 48 hours, and the time is almost up.
Tomorrow, Mr. Clayton. That's when 48 hours is up. Now, Gloria Shelby's going to be in here in about 5 minutes to give me her side of the story.